Affairs says that despite significant progress on the humanitarian scale-up, people's urgent needs are still immense, with impediments not being lifted quickly enough. Since the ceasefire and as of this Monday, the UN and our partners have collected from Gaza's crossings more than 37,000 metric tons of aid, mostly food. That's according to the UN 2720 mechanism, which does not include bilateral donations and the commercial sector. Entry continues to be limited to only 2 crossings, with no direct access from Israel to northern Gaza or from Egypt to southern Gaza. This is on top of certain items and NGO staff not being let in. Our colleagues leading on the shelter response say that most displaced people remain in overcrowded, makeshift sites, many of which were established spontaneously in open or unsafe areas. Hundreds of thousands of families face the onset of the rainy season without desperately needed protection from the elements. Our partners working on shelter support say that once impediments are lifted, they have enough materials in the pipeline to meet most of the needs of nearly 1.5 million Palestinians requiring such assistance. On the food front, there has been clear progress. Since the ceasefire, the World Food Programme has reached over 1 million people with food distributions, hot meals, bakery support, fortified snacks for children, expanded nutrition services, and digital cash assistance. WFP expanded storage capacity to 3 warehouses, reopened key roads, and reinforced retail networks to sustain food assistance. The agency says that food has been delivered in all parts of Gaza. However, local food production remains challenging, given widespread damage to farmland and soil being contaminated with remnants of war. Only 13% of cropland in the Gaza Strip has not been damaged, and most of it remains inaccessible because it is located in areas where the Israeli military remains deployed. That figures from a recent geospatial analysis by the Food and Agriculture Organization and the UN Satellite Center. Between 79 to 89% of greenhouse areas, agricultural wells, and farming infrastructure have been damaged. Nearly 89% of orchard trees, especially olive trees, have been damaged or, in most cases, destroyed. Turning to the West Bank, OCHA warns of a sharp rise in settler violence against Palestinians, both in frequency and severity. Last month, OCHA recorded 264 settler attacks that caused casualties, property damage, or both. That's the highest monthly toll in nearly 2 decades of record-keeping, averaging more than 8 incidents every single day. Since 2006, OCHA has documented over 9,600 such attacks. About 1,500 of them took place just this year, roughly 15% of the total. The humanitarian impact has been severe. Since October 2023, more than 3,200 Palestinians have been displaced due to settler violence and related access restrictions. Entire herding communities have been completely depopulated. People have been killed, hundreds injured, including with live fire, and many more have lost access to their livelihoods. The attacks often involve vandalizing trees, cars, homes, and infrastructure. OCHA says it also receives daily reports of other settler actions, involving intimidation, trespassing, threats, and harassment that are not reflected in the published figures, but nevertheless fuels the coercive environment that pushes Palestinians off their farmland and out of their homes and communities. According to OCHA-confirmed data, as of Wednesday, the number of Palestinian children killed by Israeli forces in the West Bank so far this year has reached 42. That means 1 in every 5 Palestinians killed by Israeli forces in the West Bank in 2025 has been a child. You will have seen the statement issued on Thursday by the UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon in reaction to the latest Israeli airstrikes within UNIFIL's area of operations in the southern parts of the country. UNIFIL says that these airstrikes constitute clear violations of Security Council Resolution 1701. They come as the Lebanese armed forces are undertaking operations to control unauthorized weapons and infrastructure in the South Litani area. As you will recall, the cessation of hostilities agreement between Israel and Lebanon was reached a year ago. We continue to urge the parties to adhere to their obligations under Resolution 1701 to avoid putting the current hard-won progress at risk.